Hello, Jojo. How you doing, Jojo? Hold on, let me turn something on real quick.
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Yes, I can't believe you've done this. Decent, how you been? I've been good. I actually been having a day off. Actually been having this whole week off, so I've been trying to, like, relax a bit, you know? But now I'm here. I'm ready to stream for a bit, trying to continue some more Rogue Trader. We beat Act 1, and so now we're on Act 2. Doing some errands on this planet called Footfall. We dealt with an ambush, so now we have to find out what's going on with this fucking game. Loud. I'm loud. Oh, game is loud. Oh. I could have sworn I turned it down. Hold on. Let's try this. Is that a little bit better? Jojo. Is this better? Oh. Sounds the same. Wow. Let's try again. How about now? Ooh, chain axe. Let's go. What armor is this? 35 flak armor. Okay, we were at the Shadow Martyr's Endurance, Persona non grata. Oh yeah, that's the bar. There we go. We have to go to the bar because there's a lady we got to talk to over there. Only U.S. president to resign. Wasn't the only president to resign Nixon?
I always keep my options open.
I'm pretty sure it was Nixon. Or was it Reagan? No, I'm pretty sure it's Nixon. Where's this lady? Where the beach at? Hold on. Find the disgraced stranger and the Adeptus Amicus bar in Footfall Shadow Quarters. Okay, but I'm here. Where is she?
Keep your wits about you. Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Ooh, hold on. I should be able to get this. Reputation is too low. Oh. I have a lot of jewelry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Can I trade you now? No, still too low? Dang. Oh wait, it might be neither. I think it's early 20th century president.
Get left in the dust.
Oh. Earliest 20th century president. Yes, it was Nixon. Yeah, I knew it. Oh, there she is.
Rough day?
You have no idea.
I just might. That's the second bottle you've
Hey.
Jai Hidari. Falco sends his regards.
And what does that unholy scion of a Grox and a Brahan want from me this time? Oh, wait, I don't really care. My sole plans for tonight are drowning my grief in a sea of Amasak.
We'll give you grief, all right. Get out!
Don't think so, Ashmak. And tell Falco to come himself next time.
Oh damn, she wrecked him. What the fuck?
Dari, I am tired of your mess. Ow! Get some sleep. We'll talk about settling up later.
Okti Shireen, light of my eyes. Can't you see my soul is full of sadness? Have you no heart at all? Let go of your material concerns and let me grieve in peace. Have we met somewhere before?
The man looks at you with the glassy eyes of a drunk, and you notice the 2 empty bottles that had been keeping her company before you arrived. She looks completely out of place in this dingy, smoky bar. The fancy attire, the abundance of jewelry, the implants plated with precious metals. Her appearance not only screams wealth, but also audacity, for only an audacious person would flaunt their wealth in a place like this.
Greetings, Shireen. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
She smiles somewhat groggily as she examines you over the glass that is raised to her lips. Greetings, oh yeah. You can call me Zorro, trade envoy of the House von Valancius.
Well then, here's to our meeting. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're someone special, since you've been granted an audience with the Liege of Footfall himself. It's always a pleasure to make the acquaintance of someone powerful. And the timing couldn't be better.
She takes a sip and pauses, then resolutely sets her glass aside and turns to you.
Jai Hidari at your service. Professional trader, shrewd commercial broker, and, may he steal my tongue if I'm lying, the most honest dealer on Footfall. Nonetheless, we all have our problems, and at times even one's many merits aren't enough to solve them. Perhaps it would be no trouble for a person with your kind of power and standing to assist someone with my kind of predicament.
Okay, what you need?
I have heard a great deal about how open-minded the members of the von Valancius dynasty are, and Lady Theodora especially.
What do you need help with?
You see, Shireen, there's one cardinal rule on Footfall. Anything goes as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm someone who's been able to exploit that rule to the fullest. And in recent years, I've hit it so big, I've become a speck of sand in someone's green eye. They used to throw small wrenches into my dealings here and there. Well, now they've decided to really put their backs into it. Some rats stolen my cargo and dragged it off to the seediest part of the Shadow Quarters. A crummy place even for connoisseurs of Footfall's unique atmosphere. When I asked the Liege for protection, we had a mutual misunderstanding. I believe Vladium, in a most lamentable fashion, has forgotten his duties as guardian of the downtrodden and wronged. So I'm in desperate need of a new one. And you, Shireen, fit the bill perfectly. All I need is for you to drop by one dark corner of Footfall Shadow Quarters and pound it into the thieves' heads that taking Hidari's property carries certain risks.
Okay. Commerce test succeeded. Jai appears to be a serious operator on Footfall. The Liege's refusal to help means the loss of a potential ally. So Jai is encroaching on his turf. If Vladium is not responsible for the disappearances of Jai's cargo, he will certainly benefit greatly from it. The Liege neglecting his duties, I shall become your
May
patron.
the Exalted One bless you and your progeny. Then here's what we'll do. We shouldn't be seen together before we make it to the safe house. I'll head there first. I'll take my own special route so I won't be spotted.
Okay.
Right. Here, that's where those ashmags are keeping the stolen cargo. Out the bar, over the bridge, and to the left. There in the depths you'll find a small courtyard, through which you can get to the place. I'll be waiting nearby. You can come when it suits you, but the sooner you do, the better. I'll see you then, Shireen.
Hold on. Let's go up here. the Shadow Quarters. Alright, so I got a couple missions around here we gotta look for. So we got Wanted on Footfall. We also got... Let's see. Let's see. Location has been found as somewhere in Sector 2 in the Shadow Quarters. The turn off to the exit can be seen from this should be enough to find the place.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Sector 2? I don't even know what that means. Where the hell is this Sector 2? Gotta find this Anver's base. Oh, Dark Hideout. It's right here. What the fuck? Oh, right. Let's see.
I always have a backup plan.
I wonder...
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
Can we sneak up on him? Oh shit. The man with a shaggy mop of dark hair is dressed and armed about as well as everyone else in here, and yet he is unmistakably the leader. He takes a step forward towards you. He chuckles, he spreads his arms wide in a welcoming gesture. My guests, what a joy it is to see you in my humble refuge. I see you've come here to be introduced to the truth. Which will you choose then? Words, fire, or metal? You already know the answer, heretic. Argentia grasps her weapon. I'm more fond of fire and metal. Good, fire and metal are the essence of life. People aren't worms, we are truly alive and we're ripping our enemies apart. Do you even know what our name means, outsider? Footfall calls us the Anvers. They do not stop to look, listen, and learn. The man pauses, half closes his eyes and proclaims in crude High Gothic. Auxilio non vine. Help will not come. The maw has closed and the Coronis expanse is on its own now. A new era has come and we are its sovereigns. Oh shit.
I will grant none.
What happened?
None of them!
Toxin. Oh, suffers 10 tox damage each round. You crazy game. There. Move you here. Move you right here. Take cover. Just put you right here to take cover. And then Sister Argenta. Oh, damn. How'd you get up there? Oh. We'll move you right here. Got it. Let's do this. There's no music. Odd.
Lord Captain! I have read tomes of military tactics. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Well, let's do this.
Like this.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. As the eradicated, this is why I was chosen. Fate.
Get fucked.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Go ahead and put your mark right there. Good.
Scared yet? Let's get to it.
Well, let's put some marks on before we do any more.
This
Put
is
you
how it's
there,
done.
mark there, and mark right
I'll
there.
see to it personally. It was inevitable.
Cleanses the body.
Let's get to it.
It will be done.
Oh, damn it.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call. Indeed. It will be done.
Let's get.
Hold on.
I'm here. I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Alright, let's do this. Let's move you over here.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt can escape the Emperor's judgment. That is not the Emperor's will.
I shall not fail. Trust me.
Request. High momentum. I am a savant of destruction.
You over here. Kill this guy as quickly as we can, because he's the boss.
Dare you?
Let's go ahead and
If I may,
do this, do
I'm a
this.
navigator, not a servitor.
I'll make it. Never stood a chance.
Hey yo, get fucked.
Out my way.
Just as mine said.
Damn, what the fuck? He got wrecked.
I'll see to it personally. It was inevitable. I refuse. I'll make it.
Wow, how'd you miss a 95?
I will avenge you.
Alright, get up there, turn off the, we're gonna need to set... Oh, she died too. Oh, never mind, she's right there. Good, good, good.
My place is at the fort. At your beck and call.
Time to.
Damn, she can't hit this guy. Get fucked.
God, Emperor, through me, be the fire in my heart. I refuse.
Alright, you need to get up there, turn off the ventilation. There we go.
Shadows.
Turn on the ventilation, I mean. So that we stop getting poisoned. There we go. Nice job.
Emperor, deliver us!
Don't worry, baby, you won't die.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I will.
Me, as duty demands.
Show me what you
High momentum.
Who if not me? Never stood a chance.
It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand. Victory is imminent. Someone else can do this.
GG. Ooh, what's this? Anver Chainsword. When hit by this weapon, the target suffers a -5 penalty to armor. Stacks. Chain weapon deals 25% critical damage. Most warriors prefer swords, for they provide more flexibility on the battlefield against close combat enemies. Okay. Nice. I'll take that chainsword. Ooh, and a night patch. iPad grants its wearer bonus to coercion and applies a penalty to penalty to awareness. Got it. All right, where's Abelard, real quick? It looks like the Power Maul does a bit more damage. I might redo Argenta and make her a shotgun character, because her skills seem to do better, seem to synergize better with shotguns, so we'll see what happens. Ooh, Adrenaline Boots. At the start of the wearer's turn, they gain 20% dodge until the end of the round. Ooh, it's pretty good. Mizoa Hand Flamer. Nah, but she's got the heavy flamer. No need for another flamer. Ay. Oh, hold on. Over here. Get your butt over here.
We are the spearhead of the...
I am your shadow.
There we go. Let's go ahead and grab the goods. And let's get the fuck out of here. That's one mission complete, and now we gotta do one more mission. In this area, at least. Alright, let's go.
Keep your wits about you.
Will I be allowed to come in here yet, or no? No, they're still burning it? Dang. Alright, let's come over here then. So I think I have to go over here for what's-her-face. Yeah, warehouse. Master Technicians always seize up upon and develop any advantage that the team can get, keeping allies' resolve high and converting momentum into powerful effects and attacks. Give me a second, guys. I'm just scratching my head a little bit. I love it when people touch my hair. It feels so nice. I love me some head pats. Even if I do it myself. Get a head pat redeem one of these days. No, I don't need to pay for people.
Pay attention.
Ooh. Alright, where is she? Jay, there she is. Oop, let's grab this too.
I always keep my options open.
Is aiding a smuggler an endeavor worthy of a rogue trader?
Inner is airtight. You get a feeling that this was originally a standard box for transporting non-fragile cargo. Alright, let's go ahead and start the fights. Thuggery.
I'll make an example out of you.
Show them no mercy.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Hold on, let's go ahead and add some targets real quick.
I'll see to it
Combat
personally.
Servitor, this Servitor, and this
I'll
dude.
make it happen. This enemy down. Should have thought twice before crossing me.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
A moving target lives longer.
Alright, we're gonna kill that combat servitor, or else it's gonna fuck us up.
I'll make it. The best defense is a good offense.
I did not mean to do that. I meant to hit that guy. Fuck.
Damage to bulk.
Let's get to it. Let's get it.
Well, he got wrecked.
Hold on.
Let's get to it!
Faith shields me.
Out of our way. Let's make it quick. Ah!
Let's get to it!
Let's get to it.
Okay, let's do that.
Indeed.
Reckless Strike and
It
Ban.
will be done. I'm not interested. At your beck and call.
We need your aegis, O Emperor.
Do not dare ask. That is foolishness. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I'll see. On it. Accept your lot. Never stood a chance.
Okay, let's go.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
Put
If
that
I
there.
Watch my back.
I'm
Here, maggots.
Best defense is a good offense. Another enemy down. It's as good as done.
Here we go.
I am your blade and shield. The shadows will see you done. As the tenant's domain brings me no pleasure, as honor ordains.
Let's go move you over here then, and then have you do this.
Battle.
Not yet.
In
Not
thy
by your
light I
hand.
stand, and thy light I crave.
I'll do it.
Why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Eradicated.
High momentum.
Nice.
Follow my lead. Victory.
Low momentum.
It will be an exemplary strike. At your beck and call. Reduced to dust.
Fucked.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
If this is my death, may my blood be a worthy
If only that were possible. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
trust me.
Hey yo, nice hit.
This battlefield air is good for my lungs.
Taking calculated risk is my second nature.
Good job, everybody. What a mess. Thank the throne we didn't come here with just 3 of us. Shut up and get moving, Core. We need to open the passage into the tunnels. Let our guys in. Jay, on your signal. These Ashmags dare to touch something from the cargo. 2, 3, 5. Thank the Exalted One. Those Ashmags didn't have time to make off with anything yet. Jay carefully inspects the containers emblazoned with markings from some unknown freight operator, then smiles. Touches the comm bead in her ear. Give me 2 minutes, Shireen. I'll send the coordinates to my loyal crew who will deliver my property somewhere safe. And done. Jaya removes her hand from her ear and turns to you. We're good. Now, how about we relocate to a more pleasant and private space to discuss the details of our deal, specifically payment for your efforts. Hope your vaunted wisdom is all this trouble. Alright, let's go. Opens her mouth to reply when you hear the sound of many footsteps behind you. Stop right there in the name of the liege. The gaunt, pale man in grimy clerical robes glances at you and immediately falls to his knee. Obsequiously. Your Excellency, please forgive my vehemence, most noble Zoro. Never expected such an encounter with eminent persons in this corner of Fall. Most noble Excellency. Jai purses her lips tightly and shoots you a confused glance. I am Vladame Takara's personal agent. The man hesitates, choosing his words carefully. I'm here to remove from criminal circulation a shipment, the distribution of which is banned in the lands of Footfall, horrendous Xeno heresy that has been fraudulently delivered to a bastion of the Holy Imperium. He looks at Jay. I do not doubt for a moment, most noble Zoro, that your presence here is merely a misunderstanding brought about by another's manipulations. Commerce test succeeded. It is too great a coincidence that the Liege's representative should arrive in the Shadow Quarters just after Jai has recovered her rightful spoils. It seems that the guards reported their problems with the shipments over the Vox, and not just to anyone, but to the Liege's personal agent. Vladame Takara knew about the shipments from the start and planned to take it for himself and get rid of Jai if he could. Behold the grubby, upper-handed struggle between cold traders. And had it not been for your impromptu deal struck in the bar, Vladame might have succeeded. Under a rogue trader's protection, tell your master that he should think twice before crossing her from now on. Don't forget to tell him that I'm not mad, but I will be collecting the debt sometime. Jay watches him hurry away, then looks at you. I wish I could see Vladame's face when he finds out. He almost stepped on the toes of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse. Listen, Zoro, I'm quite genuinely sorry about this confusion. Vladame and I had our difficulties, but I never thought he'd want to clean me out and do away with me in some dark corner. At least not so soon. If you hadn't agreed to our deal, Shireen, my gang and I would have already be floating in orbit around one of Footfall's asteroids. And yes, my shipment contains Xeno artifacts, possession of which is death sentence for any commoner, but you, Shireen, do not strike me as a commoner. If I had told you directly, I would have become, shall we say, complicit. But since those illicit words do not escape my lips, you would merely be agreeing to help an unfortunate soul, me, to recapture a few containers. My sincerest wish was to protect you from unnecessary trouble, Shireen. I swear by the Exalted One. I do hope that this misunderstanding will not affect our future cooperation. The statement is true, with the exception that you yourself are an educated laywoman and a thief who ought to stay away from the technological perversities of non-humans. I am now requesting your preventative disposal. Uneducated me? I've held things in my hands that you, cog for brains, can only dream of in your oil-soaked data fantasies. Wet dreams, in other words. Stop hiding behind piety and law. You're simply defending your clique's monopoly on anything and everything of interest and monetary value. If you want us to stay partners, no more secrets or half-truths. I swear on the goodness of the Exalted One, Jai makes a sign of the Akla with an unexpectedly solemn expression. Dom and Zoro, if it is indeed your wish to let this heretic into your retinue, then allow me to carve a vow of service into her tongue. Let the pain prevent her from uttering words of deceit and remind her of obedience. Don't even think about it, you crazed Kashka, unless you want me to add a few extra bits of lead to the metal adornments on that sulky mug of yours. You sully the Von Valanche's name by inviting people like her into the retinue, Lord Captain. This decision is yours, but don't be surprised if unsavory rumors start to spread on Footfall. It's a strange circle you're forming around yourself, rogue trader. Sister Argenta gives her an almost lecherous once-over. I've heard all about your deeds at Footfall, but I never would have guessed that there was an angelic beauty behind all the idle gossip. Wait, while we're at it, Shireen, when were you going to tell me your true identity to me? I'm infinitely flattered by your attention, but if I had known I was talking to a rogue trader and not an envoy one, I would have shown some decorum. I wanted to talk to like normal people do. For a man of my status, it's a rare treat. That is so human, your lordship. Guess people on top have a lot more in common with regular folk than some might think. Either way, I'm entirely willing to join your retinue. From now on, my knowledge and experience are entirely at your disposal. Oh, one more thing. If you're interested in a rather lucrative offer, one that can give the Vaughn Valanches the Protectorate a leg up, I'd say now isn't the time to be thinking about such things, but once we get back to your ship, perhaps it could spare me a minute. Okay, profit factor gained. Nah. Though, the people are right. Like, why should we keep a techno-heretic around, you know? Ooh, bears movement points by 3. Hold on. What kind of boots you got? Oh, you don't have any boots. We can go ahead and give the boots to her. There we go. Yeah.
What's a peculiar thing?
What's that? Oh. Let's see what else we got here. That's about everything? That's everything, huh? Oh, never mind. There is something else here. What's this? Air holster. Once per turn, when the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol, the next attack with the pistol costs 0. Oh, so that's like dual wielding gun. Got it. I could do technically a dual wield, like a I gotta play around with some builds, do some theory crafting. Oh, that's right, everybody leveled up. But since we're almost done with this planet, I'm gonna wait for level ups until I get back to the bridge and probably do some redistribution of points, because I kind of have like certain ideas for certain characters. Like for example, Abelard is like he's like my tank melee. So I kind of want to build him with a certain... Let's go to the atrium real quick, to the Liege's residence real quick. And like talk to him and be like, okay, gang is dealt with, what do you got for me as a reward, bitches? Ah, hold on a second, I need to stretch. Ah! Alright, let's go. Let's go talk.
To the top.
Talk to this dude.
Dust.
Greetings, your lordship. I don't mean to hurry you, but I do hope that our deal is still in place. The station continues to experience increasingly severe shortages of provisions. Upon noticing Cabela, Valdane quickly assumes a bored expression. Carefully, without making any move, he wipes his glasses and, as if absent-mindedly, puts his hand under the table. And imagine the odds someone blew his brains out. The name doesn't look surprised. The Anvers again, I presume. Those anarchical degenerates don't care whom they shoot, be it my servants, yours, or those in employ of House Corda. I suspect that this agent wished to negotiate a deal that would have refrained you from hindering Incendia, Corda's efforts to strangle us with the threat of hunger and demand our obedience. If so, I don't believe I'll be mourning the man's passing very long. There's only one person who stood to gain from this murder, you. If you're suggesting that those outlaws were acting on my orders, then I vociferously deny anything of the sort. However, if you are merely alluding to the possibility that someone who cares about Footfall's fate could have started a rumor on the lower levels at House Corda's agents were looking to assert their authority on Footfall, well, then your suspicions are entirely logical, as would the man's inevitable death at the hands of the Anvers. Okay, I found and neutralized the Anvers agitator-in-chief. That is truly outstanding accomplishment, your lordship. Footfall can now rest easy, at least until the next mad hoodlum makes himself known. Alright, let's take a look at your wares. Okay, Eldari plasma grenade. 50! Holy shit, that's a lot of stuff. What the fuck? Okay, I got a lot of crap here. Hold on, I gotta put them away. Axe. Weighty axe. I'm gonna keep the weighty axe then, because it's a special one. Any special weapon I'm pretty much just keeping. Auto pistol, Ritobi pattern auto pistol. Which ones are better? It looks like the auto pistols are better, but if I'm going to be doing like a dual wield pistol, I would have to yeah, if I were going to be doing a double pistol, I would essentially have to do las pistols, because las pistols have less recoil, which means less deviation. But their auto pistol here is also pretty good. Foe hammer. Double foe hammer. Las guns, add to cart. Stub carbine, add to cart. Add to cart. And another shotgun, add to cart. Like a glove. I keep thinking that whenever I see the body gloves, I'm just like a glove. Got a lot of stuff here. Okay, let's get the fuck out while we can. And then we're gonna have to talk to Solorn.
Is there money to be made?
Yep, let's go back to the row. So we had a little thing here to do as well. We were looking for a cache of treasure, and the clues pointed us to the docking bay. And so let's see what's in the docking bay real quick. It says it's next to some kind of window, from what I heard. Cold Trader is currently ready to conduct business. Heartless Void. Astray, Hunger's Hand. The hint mentions a small quay and large windows. That sounds like part of Footfall's Void Dock. Alpha Row. Small quay and large windows. So we gotta find a place with large windows.
Keep your wits about you.
Would it be over here? This is the only spot that I know of large windows. Oh, it's right there. Note from the cache by the dock windows. The answer is close, seeker. Remember the word realizing. Remember the place. Tunnel in the shadow of a bridge. A bridge in the shadow of the great statue. Look for the cache in the old tunnel in the shadow quarters. Dang it, now we have to go back to the shadow quarters? Fuck. Oh, dude, this part of the shadow quarters is currently under quarantine. It must be, hold on. Part of the shadow currently under quarantine due to a possible outbreak of disease. Help has been sent to the residents of the sealed-off Footfall. The Lord Captain, the Liege believes that after the death of the last victim, the area can be safely disinfected. Okay, so we just have to wait a while. Got it. Let's talk to this Kiava Gamma refugee real quick. Refugees from Kiava Gamma are looking at you, some with apprehensive frowns, some with unconcealed gratitude. I need information. What happened on Kiava Gamma and how did you end up here? We told you everything back in the square. Things are rough in Kiava Gamma. Maybe there isn't even a Kiava Gamma anymore. The planet was attacked by a horde of heretics. They shouted unholy prayers and cut down people left and right. We heard everything from orbit, listening to one Voxcast after another. We realized there wasn't anyone left to save, so we thought we'd run, but then it was like our crew went mad somehow. Captain smashed his own head against the cogitator, and so did half of the officers. Everyone who survived did their best to steer the ship into the warp, and here we are. Only 3 ships made it out alive, ours being one of them. We don't know what happened to the other 2. They never made it to Footfall. Maybe they disappeared in the warp, or maybe something else happened to them. What became of the ship that you used to get here? It is property of the Von Valancius dynasty. Apologies, we couldn't save it. The ship was damaged during the escape, and we're lucky to get us all the way to Footfall. It's at the far docks, but there isn't much use for it anymore. It doesn't look like it's going to fly anywhere, and the local recolligers have already removed some of the valuable parts. You can send your people to take apart what is left, scavenge some components. Heyo. The map of the Expanse was revealed to me before the Sea of Souls royally tangled the paths. How did you, desperate ones, reach Footfall all the way from the Krennic system without a navigator? Frightened by Cassia's appearance, the refugee covers his face with his hands trembling violently. Please forgive my worthless words. We were feeling our way in the dark, you could say. All we had is some old maps. We prayed to the God Emperor day and night while our helmsman plotted the course. A miracle it must have been, your lordship. You were hurling accusations at your masters. That is a sign of treason and must be punished accordingly. Do you realize this? One by one, the refugees fall to their knees. Please have mercy. A few idiots shouted some things, that's all. We shut them up ourselves already. It was their grief and fear talking. Please don't punish the rest of us for it. Pascal's voice sounds impassive and cold. Vituperation directed at the Adeptus Mechanicus was likewise registered. Denial is meaningless. All those who shouted profanities are to be handed over to the forces on my ship. They will be executed. The rest may join my ship's crew. Refugees offer deep bows, stuttering over their expressions of gratitude. It will be done. We'll do as you say.
I always keep my options open.
Ooh, there's Heinrichs. Let's go talk to him. A familiar figure turns to you. Heinrichs von Kalix, interrogator of the Ordo Xenos. Bows his head respectfully. Lord Captain? Honored interrogator, what a surprise. Did you perchance leave something in your cabin? Not at all, First Captain Versarian. I'm not in the habit of leaving a trail, but I thank you for your concern. Pleased to see you again, Heinrichs. Heinrichs allows himself a hint of a smile. I'm glad to hear that my princess aboard your ship did not leave you with unpleasant memories. I hope your disposition won't change once I have explained the reason for my visit. I was able to contact my mentor and report the tragic events that transpired on Rykat Minoris. I also received some information from my agents regarding the movements and actions of enemies of humanity, including the Xenos that we were assuming were involved in the Star. According to their findings, the threat now hangs over the other worlds, this time yours, Lord Captain. Heinrichs clears his throat and begins in a pointedly official tone. By the order of Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar, whose duty is to stand sentinel over the Coronis Expanse, the rogue traitor of House Valancius is to take aboard the agent of the Most Holy Inquisition and provide escort and support in deeds great and small that serve to safeguard the territories of the Imperium against its enemies. This decree is effective immediately upon announcement and remains in effect until decided otherwise by His Excellency Calcazar. What exactly caused this need to rejoin my crew? The cause is the activity of humanity's enemies, including the Cult of the Final Dawn. In my absence, the situation of the Coronis Expanse has changed. I have received an exhaustive report from my agents. This heresy has taken root in the region where the Von Valancius worlds lie. You probably already know about the fate of the industrial world, Kiava Gamma. If not, then I will share what details I know, but not here. Better to talk aboard, but we will not be overheard. I, Rogue Trader, welcome the agent of the Golden Throne aboard my ship and take on this assisting him in his fight against the evil threats of humanity. Now, sanctions like with an Inquisitorial Rosette and my retinue for free, no less, the Rogue Traders will be positively green with envy. Not the most common response to the news I'll be constantly breathing down your neck. You aren't wrong, though. I prefer to repay favors in kind. Assist me by ensuring that my work is unobstructed, and I will assist you in return. Ooh. Hold on. May the Emperor's faithful let me express my condolences on the tragic death of the most honorable Theodora von Valancius. Nevertheless, I was elated to learn that the warrant of the Rogue Trader has been passed to a worthy and promising heir. These words are not hollow compliments, but rather the Inquisition's official opinion of your person. As fate would have it, you would have taken the reins of the von Valancius dynasty in an hour most dire, when grim portents of dark events to come are surfacing throughout the Coronis expanse. I have been duty-bound to become the first sentinel who sees the approaching threat, and I hereby alert you that it is indeed incoming. Our loyalty and resolve will be tested. People such as you will become the pillars that will unite the Emperor's frightened children and inspire them to fight back. And so I greet you as my dependable ally and assure you of my favor. From now on, you have a trusted friend within the Holy Orders of the Emperor's Inquisition. A receptive confidant on whom you can rely. Should the dark times ahead require you to make questionable choices, I have no doubt that such an incident will be examined in an exceedingly temperate fashion that rules out the most radical forms of judgment. I have faith in the success of our partnership and thank you for your contribution, both past and future. That is everything for the time being. Are you headed to the ship, or do you still have business on Footfall? Whatever the case, I can either wait for you on board or accompany you as part of your retinue. I'm gonna leave you as is for right now.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Alright, where are you? Here you are, Solomorn. Let's go talk to you. What you got for me, Britta?
Thank you for responding to my request, Rogue
Hey yo,
Trader.
voice acting, let's go.
I'm here on the orders of Marshal Strax to ask for your help. We are in pursuit of a TIE thief. We must board the thief ship, execute the heretic for his crimes, and return the sacred tribute to the protection of the Adeptus Arbites. The reward for your assistance in this matter will be the thief's frigate, the Heartless, which we will capture in the course of the mission.
Ooh, another ship, let's go. Pleasure to see you again, Solomorn, and you, Glyto.
Glyto, speak! Not every cybermastiff receives a personal greeting from a rogue trader. Such an honor warrants a response.
Aw. Why have you approached me and not Winterscale? Rykab Minoris was his world.
I did, and I was rebuffed. As Rogue Trader Winterscale rightly pointed out, from the moment of the Tide's collection, responsibility for it transfers to the Adeptus Arbites. He also noted that the loss of a world is not an inconsiderable detriment to his protectorate, and he has no intention of expending resources to recover something that no longer belongs to him. Under similar circumstances in the past, our arrangement would have obliged us to turn to Lady Theodora. She was a key figure in supporting the Lex Imperialis in the Coronis expanse.
Or form for a rogue trader to refuse help to the servants of the law.
It is not for me to judge the Emperor's anointed, not least when I cannot fault his reasoning.
I will help the Adeptus Arbites. What is your plan?
Captain Sargona and his flagship, the Heartless, are concealed in Mundus Nullius. The exact location can only be determined with your ship's augurs when we enter the system. The Heartless is escorted by a small flotilla. You'll need to neutralize it in order to capture the frigate. Our BT strike teams will land on the upper deck, while your boarding party handles the remaining bays. My squad of arbitrators will take on the most difficult and dangerous part of the operation. The ultimate goal is to capture the captain's bridge and interrogate and execute Sargona.
Tell me more about the ship you were promising me.
The Heartless is the enemy flagship. It has been corrupted with inhuman technology, but you have the necessary resources to purge it of Xenos filth and make it serve the Imperium once more. Even if you don't wish to own a ship previously crewed by pirates, you will have prospective buyers lining up to take it off your hands. I'm no expert on ships, but when I questioned the captains on Footfall about the Heartless, they were almost salivating as they listed its virtues.
Purifying and removing a ship equipped with blasphemous modifications from the hands of apostates is the sacred duty of all servants of the Omnissiah and of the Emperor.
I see. Have any technical recommendations for the assault?
The task is relatively simple. Kill all enemies we encounter, and not let them kill us. Sargona must be taken alive for questioning, but I and my team will handle that. There is one other thing.
Hoi hoi hoi! It's a Shizu. Hoi hoi hoi. What kind of emote is that? Alpha Rad W? Oh, that's cute.
The following call signs will be used for Vox communication during the mission. You will be RT1, and I will be DX1. I also request you use RBT sign language throughout. Non-verbal commands are faster than speaking and will allow us to catch our target unawares. Here is a short list.
Study the data slate. There are 24 basic commands from heads to nods and combinations of hand gestures. Everything you need to quickly and efficiently communicate enemy position and numbers, and even coordinate joint attacks. What do these call signs mean?
DX1 means I am in command of the Delta Xi Squad. It's one of our standard designations for strike teams in the Expanse. RT1 is you, the rogue trader and leader of the Rho Theta Squad. For a short mission like this one, these identifiers should suffice.
Okay, you have a deal. Yeah, should I highly recommend Giwi and Alpha Rad Wildcard channel on YouTube? Funny stuff. Yes. I may have other matters to attend to en route to the Mundus Nullius. Will you be able to accompany me?
No. I'm still on mission, and in your absence, my subordinates and I will be checking weapons and finalizing tactics for the assault. In other words, we will be wholly occupied with preparations.
I have no more questions. Board the flagship and wait my command.
Acknowledged. Zargona is already dead. He just doesn't know it yet.
Alright. Alright, let's get back to the flagship real quick. Let's talk to a couple people. If you do not like your character's build, you can always drop your character's current progression. All experiences are refunded. You may even select a different archetype. Talk to High Factotum to hide different archetype. That's a bullshit. I'm not able to change archetypes. She just stabs herself again. Lord Captain, the inspection of the ship systems is complete. Tech priests are reporting that the machine spirits are calm and satisfied. Everything is ready for onward travel, except there's an issue you must be made aware of. Calcia makes a quick, nervous gesture, adjusting the adornment over her third eye. I have been studying the records left by the vessel's previous navigator. I wanted to double-check the route to Dargonus and discovered that it does not match the one recorded in the Atlas. It is more than a minor warp fluctuation. The route has been wiped out. It can no longer be used for travel. To make matters worse, I started checking the paths from the Atlas. One after the other, I saw the same thing everywhere. The warp is roiling with an ominous storm, bursting with vivid and screaming colors. It will not hinder our movement, but all previous knowledge is now utterly useless. Argenta angrily chops the air with a side of her palm. Warp storms are our enemies just like heretics and demons. It is a shame that they cannot be dispersed with a flame or a bolter. Now we can be certain that problems with the astropathic communication in the Coronis Expanse are no coincidence. There is a warp disturbance in your way, Lord Captain. It is swallowing messages and disrupting familiar routes. This means that you need to locate the key worlds of the Von Valancius Protectorate as soon as possible. I'm talking about Janus, Dargonus, and Kiava Gamma. Charting new routes so they can be reached and restoring control will be the necessary next step. Okay, what would the consequences be with contacting with these worlds? A world deprived of connection to its neighboring systems and the Coronis Expanse's infrastructure can only rely on itself, and their capabilities are often limited. For example, Janus does not have a fleet of its own. Pirates and cultists, heretics and Xenos, anyone could prey on the helpless planet. The loss of communication is a threat to your position. A rogue trader with no protectorate to back them is one that grows weaker by the day. Voxmaster is entirely correct. Blade came out today on Marvel Rivals. Fuck yeah. You are rogue trader Zora von Valancius, the successor to the Theodora von Valancius, one of the most influential women this side of the Maw. But you are also new to the business of governing. Many will doubt your competence and try to carve up your protectorate so they could snatch a piece for themselves. It is important to show your potential allies and foes that you are in control of the situation, which is why the sooner we reclaim those lost words, the better. A faint smile appears on Cabela's lips. If the faithless decide that your worlds are easy prey, that is good. We will find enough enemies in your domain, then. We will kill them all. The Undying One will look upon us with approval. What is Kiava-Gamma? Industrial world Kiava-Gamma is being managed by the Governor House of Gaprek and supplies your protectorate with rare mineral resources. Additionally, the planet features a Dipus Mechanicus manufactorum that processes materials and prepares them for shipment. I testify that Kiava-Gamma is a world marked by the Omnissiah's patronage. By his grace, the manufactorums of the colony are inhabited by committed and industrious machine spirits. Mistress Ptolemy neglected to mention that the Kiava-Gamma manufactorum also supplies heavy machinery, from forage harvesters to vessel systems and components. You display a commendable knowledge of our world's manufacturability, Von Calyx. Pleased to be of service. Tell me about Janus. The surface of Janus was altered extensively so the planet could be designated as an agri-world. It is a powerful food base, capable of supplying the burgeoning protectorate and exporting provisions to the outer worlds at the same time. Janus owes much of its prosperity to the Governor House of Viet. Under its leadership, the world has grown ever more prosperous year after year, securing shipments and taxes while keeping the workforce tightly controlled. What do you need to know? What do I need to know about Dargonus? Dargonus is the heart and soul of your protectorate. It is where the main administrative resources and storage facilities are. So is the Von Valancius Palace. If you would like to know, this is where you will publicly accept the title of Rogue Trader. Dargonus is a major administrative hub that runs the cargo fleet and keeps track of finances. Abelard, what is your opinion? Which world should we deal with first? Rediscovering the agro world will supply your protectorate with something none of your servants could do without: sustenance. The importance of basic supplies should not be underestimated. Just look at Footfall in its current pitiful state. On the other hand, I am concerned about the rumors concerning Kiava-Gamma. There have been no problems on Janus for many years, but something is very wrong with the industrial world right now. Delay might cost us the entire planet. I trust I do not have to explain the capital world. Losing it would make us the laughingstock of other dynasties. Besides, the loss of chronicles and ledgers would spell a bureaucratic catastrophe. So all three systems are equally vital to the protectorate. It falls to you to decide which should be brought into the fold before the rest. Very well, of course it's clear. Do my officers any issues that require immediate attention? That is all, Lord Captain. The vessel and the crew awaits your instructions, and ready to depart Footfall immediately should you desire. Okay, let's go ahead and do some quick retraining. Ooh. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Ooh. Chirurgeon's Manual. This manual grants the owner +6 to medikit. It also grants toughness bonus MP after using a medkit. Large medkit. Anything else? Negative. Let's see if there's anything I can give to you. You like holy gifts and heretic trophies. Yeah, I got plenty of those. Okay. Hey yo, let's go. So does the cost of everything go down if I increase my reputation, or what's up? Okay, let's go to Imperial Scroll. Scroll grants the owner 15+ bonus to Lore Imperium. Okay, let's go Vladane, Takara. Let's see, what do you like? You like heretic trophies and Xenos artifacts. Evil. Looking at my well-hidden Discord message. There's only been one blade. I know, right? Let's see. Xenos, no, are the Xenos signed from? Okay. How about Ryza? What do you like? You like Heretic trophies and Xenos artifacts too. Dang it, I don't have any of that. How about the Imperial Navy? Ooh. Chartist Captain Austeria Storefast. Okay, let's see, what do you like? Mars Pattern Pro Battery. Okay, what do you like, though? She likes Eldari trophies, Void Drakari trophies, and ship components. Nobody else likes ship components, it seems, so I'm just gonna give all my ship components to them. Oh, and Void Pirate trophies, okay. Got a lot of stuff here. Gotta also, like, rebuild my thing real quick. Alright, let's talk to you. My retinue and I are in need of training. I want to rebuild Argenta, because Argenta, I think, would benefit more from shotgun abilities. Okay, let's see. Like Rack and Ruin. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, soldier gains 18 plus more damage for their next attack in the current combat. See, that's crazy. Let's go do ballistic skills next. There's another one here somewhere. Where is it? Point blank. Soldiers' area attacks gain 20% armor penetration and ignore 2 deflection when used against enemies in a 3-cell radius around the soldier. There's another one. Hold on. Hold on, where are you? Demolition Engineer, here we go. Soldiers' demolition instead of intelligence is used to determine additional damage dealt with ranged area attacks. Deals 5 damage for every 10 demolition. There we go, I need that. So we're going to have to build demolition for her as well. And then we're going to probably do this one. Let's see what else. Agility is next. Let's see what else you got. Cleansing Faith, Melee, Flame, and Melta attacks against demons and psychers deal an additional +6 damage. Okay, I would like to use that, but let's go take a look and see what else we got here. Hold on. Let's see. Solid Projectile gains a +2 minimum damage. That's good. Let's see what else we got. Deals damage. That critical damage is also increased by 1% until the end of combat. So is that every instance of damage, or is it damage per round? So, like, if I hit 3 enemies, will I get +3 instead of 1? That's what I want to know. Let's do Unpredictable, and then we're going to do Demolition next. And then we're going to go do... that. And then we're going to do... I want to do movement speed real quick. And then another agility. And then we're probably going to do control shot or rapid fire. Next burst attack will have its base rate of fire doubled. That's a burst attack, though. Then we're going to do probably awareness. Yeah, awareness. Let's go. Kind of want to do strength, since nothing else can go up right now. Let's just do perception, because it reduces enemy dodge chance. Let's see what else we got. We could increase ballistic skills again. Yeah, let's do that. Characteristic ballistic skill. And then we're going to do, can it allow us to do it again? Like a better version? No? We can also do demolition. Ooh, we could do it in advanced skill. Gains 13 plus. That's good. Let's do Flame Weapon Expert. And then probably do Awareness again. And then do until end of combat, Soldier's rate of fire is increased by 30. And then we're going to go ahead and do Arch Militant. And then we're going to do... Let's do Wildfire, and then let's do Arch Militant begins combat with 2 stacks of versatility. Ooh. Let's see. Now let's go to the Arch Militant skills and see what they give us. Killing an enemy with a melee attack makes all the Arch Militant's ranged attacks this turn cost 1 AP and vice versa. Every round, the first single target ability used by an ally on the Arch Militant grants 1 action point to that ally. As long as the Arch Militant has killed at least 1 enemy with a melee attack, Arch Militant... Okay, never mind. Let's do close quarters combat. Can use 2-handed ranged weapons with within melee range, but with a -1 penalty to ballistics. Ooh, that's not bad. Contempt for the weak. Gains 20% critical damage against targets that are stunned, prone, or blinded. Any ranged area and ranged burst attacks of the Arch Militant reduces weapon skill of all enemies hit by 10 till the end of combat. Gains 1 stack of versatility whenever an ally grants the Arch Militant an extra turn. And area attacks, both melee and range, reduce the deflection of all enemies hit by and their armor until the end of combat. Does not stack. Ooh, that's actually not bad. Features Kick, Cautious Reproach, and Genius. There are forced to make a resistance test. Heavy weapon attacks cost 1 less action point to targets that have priority target, regardless of whether the target is not. Flash Fire. Cost of Wildfire is reduced by 1 for every 3 stacks of versatility instead of 4. Ooh. Burst attacks and melee attacks reduce the enemy dodge. Let's see. Let's see what the rest of these do. Exploit weakness. When the Arch Militant attacks that have that armor reduced by any effects applied by the Arch Militant's allies, the Arch Militant deals 10% more damage. For attacks started out of dodge, reduced by any effects. Custom to Glory. These are here to adaptability. Ooh. Scanning a stack increases critical hit chance. Always ready. Let's see what that does. Begins combat with 2 stacks. When entering combat, the Arch Militant gains 12. Ooh, weapon skill and ballistic skill. Let's do adaptability. That's pretty good. Alright, now what about me? I'm a soldier, but I'm also a sniper. So we'll think about that in a second. Let's do you next. Adjusting frontline. If there are more enemies than allies in the frontline area, all allies in that area gain 7% to dodge and parry. Using a stratagem on a frontline area grants allies in the 26% dodge. On a rear also makes the allies in that area the enemy's lowest priority targets for 1 round. Stratagem on a combat tactics area grants all allies in that area +3 to deflection. Grants in combat tactics. Point of interest. All combat tactics bonuses are increased by 4% if the area was not moved for 2 rounds. Every time a combat tactics area is affected by a stratagem, all allies in that area get 1+. Critical zone. On backline area grants in the area 7+ critical hit chance. Ooh, that's not bad. Using a stratagem of combat tactics allows the Grand Strategist to use all offensive abilities on allies in that area, regardless of distance. Using the stratagem, blah, blah, blah. I hope they make this a little bit simpler in the next game, because there's a lot of things to take into account here. It's almost hard to decide what skills to go for. Sniping zone. In the rear also gains... Okay, I'm going to go with that. So she can buff me. Let's see. Armored Hide. Attacks against the familiar have their critical hit chance reduced by 6. Familiar's maximum wounds are increased by +2 times Overseer's toughness bonus. Ooh. Ooh, +4 more damage. Okay. How about you? See what you got. Whenever the assassin attacks an enemy that is at full wounds, the assassin gains +20 dodge and dodge reduction against that enemy until the end of the assassin's turn. When the assassin attacks an enemy with a single attack, target attack, this attack reduces the target's armor and dodge. Suffers a critical hit from the assassin's allies at the start of the next turn. Opening is created on that enemy on whichever side the closest to the assassin. Ooh. Alright. I made you a shield guy, right? Oh, I probably didn't, huh? Alright, let's redo him real quick. Alright, here you are, Abelard. I'm gonna make him my shield dude. Let's do... athletics... and then let's find shield skills. Hold on, where are you? There's a specific skill I'm looking for. Heavy armor proficiency. Allows the wearing of heavy armor. Yeah, here it is. Whenever the wielder successfully blocks an attack, they immediately use Shield Bash. That's one. And then we're going to do another shield skill. Where is it? Shield Mastery, so it only takes up 1 slot. And then we're going to do Weapon Skill. No, we're going to do Toughness first, actually. And then we're going to do Taunting Scream. Athletics. And then we're going to do Toughness again. What? While under 40% wounds, Imperial World targets gain a +10 bonus to all characteristics and resolve. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna make him a power weapon expert. If I could find it. Melee weapon specialist. Sweep ability of an axe and the shove ability of a hammer or mace cost 1 AP less. Power weapons attacks gain 10% armor penetration. Ooh. Okay, let's do carouse. Parries an attack. Their next warrior type ability. Just damage dealt by charge is increased by 10 when the ability is used from a distance of 5 or more. We're gonna do that next, and then we're gonna do this one, and then we're gonna do another one. Where are you? So we got impetus. That's ramming speed. Increases charge by 3. And then we're going to do weapon skill next. Or we can do strength, because strength increases damage, but weapon skill increases the chance to hit. Let's do that then. Let's do forceful strike. Gain no melee superiority bonuses, defensive maneuver. Oh, I thought I already got that one. Never mind. Let's get it. Then we're going to do weapon skill again. And then we're probably going to do carouse. Dang, 85. That's crazy. And then we're going to probably do... when an enemy attacks the warrior, let's do desolation. Deal to enemies that have no adjacent allies. Against Rage has less than 50% wounds, you gain 40% quick. You gain 1 stack of 10% slaughter until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, gains 1 temporary wound for each stack. These temporary stacks cannot exceed 6. Ooh, let's do that one. And then we're going to do, let's see, what else? We're going to do coercion next. And then probably do strength. Let's do parry bonus as well. And then we're going to make him a Vanguard. He gets till the end of the turn. The Vanguard gains damage deflection against rage attacks equal to the number of stacks of Unyielding Beacon. Gains Unyielding stacks parry until the next turn. Whenever the Vanguard parries an attack, he immediately gains attacks of opportunity. Allow the temporary wounds. Follow my lead. Force distraction. Provocation. Let's do Bulwark. There we go. And then we get to choose another skill. Hold on. I'm going to do Strength. Characteristic training Strength. Oh, and another one again? Sweet. Ooh, we get a actual like Vanguard skill. So let's see what he's got. Enduring Shield. While the Vanguard has at least 1 temporary wound, they gain 11% parry and armor. Separate dodge. Each stack of Unyielding Beacon additionally increases armor and parry. Critical hits deal 27% less damage to the Vanguard. Affected by any of the Vanguard's ability. Gain taunting defense. Gain parry against enemies that consider the Vanguard a priority target. Remember the Vanguard hits Beacon of Might. I want something that increases block chance, though. While Bulwark is active... Is that what it is? Bulwark? Okay. is active. The Vanguard counts as full cover for their allies and grants the adjacent allies. Ooh, dang, that's actually pretty good. Okay, okay. Defensive Comrade. Has at least one ally in its 2-cell radius. The Vanguard gains parry. When using an ally using following, ally gains follow my lead on your feet. Let's see, Protective World. Let's do one of the recommended ones then. Let's do that one. How to figure out who I'm going to carry with me. I think you'd like this person, Shizu, pirate lady. She's also an officer. Yeah. Let's level myself up then. Probably gonna get a... yeah, here it is. Gruesome's kill. When prey is killed, all enemies in a 10-cell radius around the prey have their agility reduced by 5 for 2 turns. Does it stack, though? When the bounty hunter scores a critical hit, they gain 5% armor penetration until the end of combat. When an enemy is killed by a critical hit scored by the bounty hunter or their ally, the bounty hunters gain plus damage for 2 turns. Pierce the armor. Scores a critical hit, target's armor is reduced, shows spoils. Whenever kills that prey, bounty hunter gains half of the bonuses granted by hunt down the prey. When the bounty hunter is attacked by melee range for the first time since the end of their turn, they automatically dodge the attack and move 1 cell in the opposite direction from the enemy. Ooh. Let's see. Hunter's Ambush. When the bounty hunter performs a single-shot attack on an immobilizer stun target, this the target refunds. Oh, its cost, and it's not. Ooh, that's okay. Retaliate. Savor the kill. Let's do one of these. That one. Okay. Gotta figure out who I'm taking with me. So it's gonna be me, Abelard, definitely Argenta, because I can't say no my girl Argenta. We're definitely gonna be taking Cassia. And I'm definitely taking Cabela, just a matter of who else I'm taking with me. I don't want too many psychers. I kind of want to see how she plays. I might take her out for a bit. Though I'm going to quickly change her skills real quick. I wonder if I can make somebody like a dual wield pistol build. Let's see what she does. Oh, I can't change her? Dang, that sucks. What does she do? Finest Hour, grants an ally extra turn. She does Commerce. What's her Commerce skill then? 90, damn. She got Commanding Voice. Dodge Chance. Half the bonuses granted by Voice of Command remain until the end of combat. Move. Immediately grants an ally additional MP equal to Fellowship bonus. When I'm offering this immunity that grants movement speed, also gains that number of points. Okay, let's see. Lore, dude, she has a high Lore Imperium skill, 110. Jesus. When the officer makes an attack, they gain 5% Fellowship. Ballistic skill. Okay, let's see. Take aim. Second one. I can't read. Okay, let's go back to archetypes. Let's do... I'm trying to see who everyone is real quick. She's a Grand Strategist. So we have a Grand Strategist, but no Master Tactician. Let's do Master Tactician. Gains 1 stack of tactical advantage per every 5 momentum gained by the Master Tactician or their allies. Master Tactician begins combat with a number of tactical advantage stacks equal to their fellowship bonus. Target gains 5% damage and additional damage for every 10 stacks of tactical advantage the Master Tactician has. The Master Tactician loses half of their stacks. Okay. Let's do Inspire. Ooh, let's do that one next. Okay. Let's change our Argenta stuff real quick. Like I said, I was going to make her my shotgun character, so we're going to replace her bolter with a shotgun because she has skills that increase her ability for AoE damage. What is her skills? She has low Imperium. She has really high Imperium skills. What the fuck? Who has good Xenos? That's gonna be you. Okay, let's see what you got. Exsanguination. Immediately inflicts bleed on an ally of their choice. That ally gains bonus to dodge. Okay. Until the start of the next turn, the Executioner grants bonus to their parameter for each creature or in combat suffering from the following damage types. Oh. Let's run away from it in a straight line for up to 3 cells. Ooh. Reckless Abandon. Pain Resonance. Ooh, that's not bad, okay. Alright, let's go ahead and mess around with our stuff. So, Sister Argenta... She needs something that increases her damage with AoE attacks. Let's see what we got. 15% critical hit with range attacks against enemies with 30% less wounds. I'm gonna give that to her for the Lore Imperium skill. Dang, she's doing some really good stuff with that skill. How about Lore Xenos? She has a high Lore Xenos skill too. What the fuck? It's probably because... Oh, damn. She has Eldari weapons. Ew. To awareness. Okay, let's see what else we can do. We can do once per turn when the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol, the next attack with a pistol costs 0. Let's do that one. Okay. How about gloves? What you got for gloves? Gains a persuasion, attacks of opportunity, Let's see. Using grenades cost less. Okay, let's see. What's your cape? Mimic fibers blend the coloration of the wearer into the surroundings. The cloak grants the wearer 10% dodge. Okay, there's the body glove thing again, so we could probably change that. Eldari chain sword. So Eldari weapons just seem to be better in every way possible, but do I want to use Xenos weaponry? My thing is no. Fuck Xenos weaponry. I am humanity all the fucking way. What's the rate of fire compared to what we got? Less recoil, which means less deviation if using burst fire, but like I said, I don't want to use Xenos weaponry, so fuck that. Let's do double pistols. And probably give her a chain axe or a chain sword. Officer chain sword or the amber chain sword. Let's give her the amber chain sword. Add to cargo. Throw that shit in the trash, my guy. Where'd the Eldari sword go? What the fuck? Where is it? Where'd you go? I saw you for just a second. There you are. Alright, let's see what you got. You got the Biomancer staff with Force sword. Who's got the Force sword on them right now? She's got Soul Siphon. Veil degradation reduced by 1. I'm gonna give that to Heinrichs, actually. Oh, wrong one. Here we go. And then give him a pistol again. Probably gonna give him the foe hammer, though. And give you the other Force sword that was just there, and then give you, this. I don't really use her that much. I think she's kind of a little bit annoying, so I'm not gonna play her. Shredder shotgun. You know what? I'll give her the Shredder shotgun. Let's see which is better. This one just has better armor pen, and this one just has a dodge reduction. Okay. Let's give her a couple of grenades. Let's see. Ooh, there he is. Okay, so let's see what we got. Compiler out of order, hunt for knowledge, footfall. Let's see. Alright, we're probably going to have to go to Janus first to see what this does. According to the Arbitrator's data, Mundus Nullius. Mundus Valancius. Lucrative opportunity. College has decided it's void. Sister Argenta. Okay, let's go speak to Sister Argenta real quick, because she wants to talk.
Greetings.
I thought I already talked to her about all this. What the fuck?
The ship was targeted by heretics, which means that my presence here and the assistance I provide to you are my sacred duty. Sooner or later, I will likely have to return to Footfall to protect its reliquary. But for now, I wish to remain a part of the Rogue Trader's crew. Those are very courteous words, Rogue Trader. Thank you, both for your words and your hospitality.
Maybe you could tell me about your past and to explain the strange words of the cultists on Footfall.
Yes, I'm ready. I would ask only one thing of you, Rogue Trader. If I may, I would like to see the chamber of the Sacred Warrant and kneel before the relic touched by the Emperor himself. A difficult conversation lies.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to skip it. Drops to her knees, her hands making the Sunday Aquila, her eyes are locked on the sweeping signature on the warrant. Seemingly mundane thing, merely a flourish on a piece of paper, unless one knows whose hand left that mark and whose blood is on that paper. If thou seest a flaw in me, smite me. If thou knowest a fall of mine, burn me with flames of fury and righteousness. But if thou seest the light in me, grace me. If thou hearest the plea of mine, bless me with wrath of fury of righteousness. Argenta's voice is sonorous, as if made for singing hymns and prayers, but right now she cannot seem to catch her breath, so overwhelmed with emotion is she. For I breathe by the will of thine, for I live by the law of thine. I carry thy word, O Emperor, I bring solace to servants of thine, and ruin to foes of thine, a fate of terror and righteousness. Upon finishing, she closes her eyes and remains silent for a long time, with her head raised high. Slowly, like the first lick of flames in a campfire, a smile blossoms on her lips. When Argenta finally opens her eyes, they are alight with uncanny resolution. Rogue Trader, we need to talk, or rather, I need to tell you something. The truth about how I ended up on Theodora von Valanche's ship, and about how the cultists we encountered at Footfall. I'm listening. Please understand I couldn't trust you before. I'll tell you my story and you'll see why. Argenta pauses. I'll start at the beginning. It's easier to piece everything together that way. Upon arriving in the Expanse and on Footfall, I found no purpose here, only torment. I wasn't needed. The reliquaria I had been assigned to safeguard was already well protected by Reverend Hieronymus' mission, and no one was even trying to defile it. For all its lawlessness, Footfall respects the worship of the Emperor. That was when Lady Theodora, head of your dynasty, appeared. She became an agent of divine will in a way. Argenta falters, searching for the words. It was from her that I learned about a planet recently discovered by her scouts, Salus Prime, for a rogue trader. The planet was of little interest, a feral world away from convenient warp routes. But for me, learning about its existence was a revelation. I never heard of such a planet. Does it belong to the Von Valanche's dynasty? Yes, now the planet is yours by right, but it's not as simple as that. The warp route leading to it was lost. I will explain in due time. May I continue? Please continue. The description of Salus Prime was familiar to me. It seemed very familiar to a world from an ancient legend, the legend of Saint Argenta and her ship. Her voice grows reverent. Argenta, the living saint, she's my patroness, and the order named me after her. She died millennia ago when the heretics caused her ship to fall from the skies. But even those blasphemers could not touch Argenta's ashes or her holy relic, the One Star. For the fallen ship, which now served as the resting place for the saints' remains, would only allow the truly righteous to enter and all those who would meet their death. And I imagine what I felt when the flash of insight came upon me. The world where Saint Argenta's ship fell was merely a vague legend. No one knew its actual whereabouts. Suddenly, I named myself after the saint. I myself, named after the saint, came across this information. I realized at the moment that it was important, that it must journey to the planet and find the ship, and so I asked Reverend Hieronymus to let me go for a time on a personal pilgrimage. I boarded Theodora's ship and demanded passage to the newly discovered planet Salus Prime. I imagine Theodora was filled with prospect. Lady Theodora lent her assistance. It was her intention to visit the newly discovered world, and she took me with her. You mentioned something called the One Star. What is it? Apologies, I got so carried away I forgot to explain. The One Star is the relic kept by Saint Argenta. I belong to the Order Pronatus, which we attach particular significance to holy relics. The One Star is one of the lost relics of the past, so mysterious that no one even knows what it is exactly. Argenta's hagiography at times calls it a banner or a set of armor or a blessed chainsword. One thing is certain, it was a beacon of righteousness and it was lost with Argenta's death. Why did you keep your supposition from Reverend Hieronymus? Surely he could have helped you with the search for the ship and the saint's remains. I couldn't just come out and tell him. It was important revealed to me personally, can't you see? I told Reverend Hieronymus the honest truth that I was going on a personal pilgrimage to embolden my spirit. It really was a pilgrimage. It was as if Saint Argenta herself had shown me the way, commanding me to undertake this trial. If I had found the ship and set foot on its docks, if I had laid my hand on her remains and the relic, it would have been a sign that I truly have been blessed with the saint's favor. Your actions were driven by hubris, as if you wanted to discover all artists. Understandable, searching for your destiny, for your place in the world, is a special matter, a personal one. You either succeed at it or you don't. Argenta looks at you, somewhat surprised. I thought that I'd been called that finding the ship was my destiny, my place in the world? Perhaps. Perhaps there was something to that. What happened next? Defeat, Argenta says bitterly. The ship's augurs failed to detect anything of note during the orbital scanning. I was expecting this, though. According to the legend, the ship can conceal itself from the naked eye, and only a pilgrim guided by pure heart can find it. What I didn't expect was an ambush waiting for us on the planet. I landed there with a small unit provided by Theodora. I know Saint Argenta's hagiography by heart, and I know all the legends about her. I followed their obscure clues, the descriptions of the mountains and rivers from millennia-old tales, and I was certain that I had found the way to the ship, and that's when we were attacked. The words we heard in the heretic shrine on Footfall, something about ways, doors, please, addressed to some lord. The edge of daybreak. Argenta is shaking with disgust. They were the same words as spoken by the cultists who attacked us on Salus Prime. My whole unit perished. All those honest, brave people I had led to search for the relic. It was only by a miracle that I didn't perish along with them. I didn't connect these events at first. The cultists on Footfall, the cultists on Salus Prime, the cultists attacked the ship, and Conrad's betrayal. What if these are all linked in the same chain? What if they all belong to some... What if they've long since infiltrated the ranks of the von Valancia's servants? What if I led those heretics to the sacred planet with my search? Now, unfortunately, one who might have all the answers, Conrad, escaped. Ah, yes. I sincerely hope that we will meet him again. The serpent needs to answer a few questions before he is plunged into cleansing flame. No need to blame yourself if the heretics really wormed their way into the von Valancius ranks. By then, they would have found the planet even without you going there. I doubt it. No one except me was particularly interested in the planet. Conrad, on the other hand, he sympathized with me when I first came aboard. He helped arrange an audience with Theodora and supported me in my effort to visit the planet. I never told him plainly why I wanted to go there, but I imagine that Vulture must have figured out that it was something important, something related to the holy faith of the Imperium. And what could delight a heretic more than defiling a relic? So how did you manage to escape? Theodora's people received the distress call, came to my rescue, brought me aboard the ship. I barely remember what happened when they arrived. I was already severely wounded and fighting back with whatever remained of my strength. I think I shouted that we had to go after them, but they didn't listen. They took me in the shuttle and pulled out. After that, it's all blackness. When I came to, we were already in the middle of the warp jump. Theodora had urgent matters to take care of, and she decided that she could clear out the planet at a later time. And that's why you didn't trust me before, correct? Yes, rogue traitor, Argenta looks you in the eye. I saw with my own eyes how a member of your family showed his true colors as a servant of the archenemy. I had already suffered humiliating defeat at the hands of cultists, and I was afraid of another betrayal. I wouldn't be forthright with you, and so I studied you, looking for seeds of corruptions or the light of righteousness. So what did you find? A man who stood shoulder to shoulder with me and helped eradicate the cultists of Onfitfall. Just smiles as if reminiscing about a pleasant evening spent in the company of friends rather than a bloody battle. Although my opinion of you started to change even before then, back when you agreed to talk to the orphans at my request, a leader who is willing to honor those who had laid down their lives for them and to take care of their children is a leader who inspires trust. And the way you acted in that moment, do you remember there was a young man whose grief and confusion had driven him to insolence? You didn't turn a blind eye to his misdeed, but you chose the right words to show him the path to redemption. It was harsh but necessary. Like the Emperor's truth, like bitter medicine that helps the sick, I learned much about you in that moment, rogue traitor, and I want to believe that I wasn't mistaken in my judgment. So just to clarify, you were wounded, so you never found St. Argenta's ship, is that correct? Yes, I rushed to Theodora the moment I could walk again. I insisted on going back to Salus Prime to defend the relic from heretics, but I was told that the warp had destroyed the old route to the planet and that plotting a new one would take a great deal of time and effort, as if there could be anything more important than protecting the faith and hunting down servants of the archenemy. In any event, the route was lost and all knowledge of it died in the attack on the ship along with the old navigator. But now we have a new lead, the data we collected on the cultist shrine on Footfall. I don't care what the reprobate we executed said, there must be some way to track them down. Tell me, rogue traitor, will you help me in this undertaking? Will you help me find this great relic and return to the people of the Imperium? It's an exciting prospect, and of course I'll help you. Jenna walks up and places her hand on your shoulder. So be a rogue treatment. As I stand here before the warrant, the embodiment of the Emperor's will, Mike by his own hand, I vow that I will not relent until the holy relic has been returned and the heretics punished, and may the light be with us both on this path. Hey yo, let's go. Alright, I am going to go ahead and call it here for the morning, and I might be back a little bit later tonight. We'll see. So I'm just going to go ahead and raid somebody real quick. Ginger Kitsu. I haven't raided Ginger in a while. Let's go raid Ginger Kitsu. Oh, it does not allow you to raid it this time? Dang. How about Eldritch? Let's raid Eldritch Grandpa. Raid Eldritch Grandpa. There we go. Alright, so the game is getting crazy, guys. I can't wait to do more. Maybe, like I said, I'll be back a little bit later tonight, maybe. We will shall see. I thank you all for giving me your time and attention. I love your faces. I did get a new model recently for Warhammer, so we will be working on that a little bit later. But with that, my name is Zoro, and I am signing out. Have a good night, everybody.